What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Starfighter podcast. It's Friday, doing a live show. It's Dom and Jake. How's it going, bro?
Going good, man. Going good. Can't wait to talk about this next slate of events that's happening in our lives.
I know I've been so busy lately, haven't really been able to do a whole lot of podcasts, but it's the weekend and I'm excited to go over this stuff with you, kind of catch up
TGIF.
too.
Yeah, yeah. TGIF, bro.
Right? Here,
100%.
let's get some tunes rolling in for everyone real quick. But yeah, quite a bit to go over in the world of entertainment. So
Yeah, I'm excited, man. We got some big stuff coming up. We got some Batman breakdowns, some Batman news, some Lightyear news. I'm jazzed up.
yeah, I always kind of want to start with the Star Wars stuff.
Let's do it. Let's hit
Also,
that notch.
I'm pretty hyped with my new sweatshirt. I don't know if everyone can see that, but it's a anime Boba Fett shirt. It's like Star Wars Vision's like concept art. What so I got a couple shirts like from Disney, and then a couple on like the I think it might have been IGN store. Also, Heroes and Villains, they have a lot of cool stuff too, a lot of cool merch. Anyways, not that they're a sponsor, so maybe I shouldn't give them too much credit. But yeah, before we get into it, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, join the conversation, whether it's in the live chat tonight or on the replay. Let us know your thoughts about all these topics that we're going to go over. So yeah, I kind of wanted to start with Star Wars. A lot of people have been talking about this guy, a little dude called Anakin Skywalker. But yeah, Hayden Christensen's coming back. We already know that he's coming back for the Kenobi series. There's been like some big speculation on Obi-Wan and Anakin's next, and I probably like their final battle that we'll ever see. And then the other big thing when it comes to Anakin is that supposedly, I'm not sure if it's confirmed just yet, but it kind of looks like it is. It it seems as though Anakin's also going to make an appearance or maybe play a big role in the Ahsoka series. But do any of these things interest you, Jake?
Oh yeah, dude, 100%. I mean, just hearing the fact that Anakin or Darth Vader is going to actually be sprawled out throughout the universe, we get to see him come back, especially oh gosh, the actor. I'm spacing. I always mix up his name. I
Oh,
always say his
Hayden
name like,
Christensen.
yeah, I always say Christian Haydenson. Hayden Christensen, yeah, I'm excited to see him come back more than anything. So, dude, I'm jazzed. I don't really follow the Star Wars news, but I've heard rumors, so I'm excited. I'm excited about it for sure.
Yeah, so like when it comes to Kenobi, the other week they were talking a lot about how there may have been a little bit of leaks. So take you guys can take this with a grain of salt because it might be slight spoilers, but um, just kind of talking a little bit about some of the things that might go into like the battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and they talked about how Obi-Wan's going into this battle with like a lot of confidence, and that there's like some epic scenes where he appears to actually be stronger than Anakin, which I thought was really interesting.
Whoa.
Um, I mean, I don't know how much you ever like watch the prequels, um, but I did quite a bit, and I would also watch like the behind the scenes, like with the DVDs. I watched the behind the scenes for Episode 3, and I remember George Lucas talks about how in Episode 3, Anakin is like maxed out at like a level 9 as far as like being a warrior goes, and Obi-Wan is just like right under as a level 8, but of course he still ends up um, besting Anakin because he tries to do the same move he did on him that Obi-Wan did on Darth Maul, and he had the high ground, of course. He outsmarts him. So, but to
Hmm.
potentially see him going into like this Kenobi series and going into like this next battle, and him having like a lot more confidence, and seeing Obi-Wan be even more powerful than before, I think is really cool. Whether it's true or not, I think it's kind of a cool idea.
Mm. Mm.
But how do you
Okay.
feel about it? Because obviously he is the chosen one, whether he's dark side or not, light
Well,
side or not.
yeah. I mean, I got some issues with it a little bit. I mean, there's
Okay.
some past history in movies I think that kind of display that he. I mean, I see that you might be able to like view Obi-Wan as a not as like Max yet, but I kind of didn't get that view from the movies. I think especially I believe it's in episode 3. Obi-Wan even says to Anakin, he's like, I've taught you everything I know. Like you know everything I know, and you're like better at me than what I know. Like you're already surpassed me. And that's even before
Yeah, he
Anakin
did
gets
say
to
that. Yeah.
like, right? He says
Mhm.
that after Anakin's all mad about not getting put into the Jedi Council. So I personally I don't see that really happening. I see what happened, what you were kind of explaining in episode 3 at the end when he best Anakin. It wasn't necessarily that he was better than Anakin, but he got the better of Anakin's emotions.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that's what his um like his strategy has to be is like get the better of Anakin's emotions and like let him make the mistake, because I think Anakin's always going to be more powerful, and he was more powerful before he even got to see into the dark side, and so now Anakin knows more than Obi-Wan. So but I'm curious to see how that strategy plays out. I hope they don't make it so Obi-Wan's so much more powerful than Anakin, or like has it like this magical ability to be like a way better sword fighter, because that was never his ability in the movies. It was always him taking advantage of how Anakin's emotions kind of ruined his force balance. So I would rather see that than just Obi-Wan being more powerful. That's just my personal opinion.
Right. I'm wondering if they could do it in a way that would still work for you and for other fans who, are would kind of be iffy about that idea, because on the flip side, from what you're saying, um in A New Hope, Darth Vader tells Obi-Wan that the last time they met, I was I was but the learner, now I'm the master. So basically he said, he kind of gives the impression that Obi-Wan like schooled him the last time, the fight that we're about to see next year.
I think that's a cheap call. I think that's him just downplaying the whole situation at the end of episode 3. Because when you see it, like he's no
No,
longer
but
the
this
master of
talk
Anakin.
but but
He
he's talking about the battle not in episode 3 now. You know how maybe, I don't know, at one point we thought he was talking about that battle, but now,
Oh, okay. So now you're saying he's talking about in the Obi-Wan series. Well, I mean, even
right, because this
so,
is after episode 3 and they're gonna meet one more time and face off. Like that's already been confirmed.
I don't know. I mean, he wasn't even like a student of his anymore. So I don't know. Like, I mean, he's still going to be teaching him stuff because obviously Obi-Wan's going to take him to school. Like we said, like he's a smarter fighter. Like he knows how to like dismantle his opponent better rather than just fight him with aggressive power. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to find out if he leaves him like crawling on just with one hand, in this Obi-Wan series again.
Yeah,
So
did you ever play The Force Unleashed?
I never played The Force Unleashed. No,
Okay.
no.
um I don't know if you ever like watched any of the videos or anything, but like, so like his apprentice, Darth Vader's apprentice in that video game, it's not canon, but um he basically tore him up, and like you would see Vader with like his mask like just broken off, and um his suit completely
Are you
beat up
saying
and
that
stuff.
Vader got schooled by his apprentice? Is that what you're telling
Yeah.
me?
So in
Oh, that's
in that
embarrassing.
in that game, well, obviously not canon anymore, but it was a really cool game and it's a great story. I have the comic book actually. But basically Starkiller, that's his apprentice, was supposed to be um like even stronger than Vader, like even stronger than Luke Skywalker. Yeah, according to Lucas at that time. Also, what's up? Today is Tuesday. Thanks for joining. Thanks guys for hanging out with us on this Friday evening. Um, but yeah, and I think the other thing that might come into play is, what's Qui-Gon gonna potentially be teaching Obi-Wan, and maybe that's how Obi-Wan becomes even more powerful in the Force. Because I do really think that we have to see Liam Neeson come back. I mean, they definitely have a lot to talk about, even if there's not a whole lot of teaching going on. But if he's already there, then he might as well teach him some stuff.
Is he already casted?
No, but I think they're
Okay.
just keeping it secret. I mean, also Yoda could teach Obi-Wan some stuff as well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I mean, he sold me.
And then and then I think the other factor that could come in, and then we can get on to something else, but I think at this moment in the timeline, Anakin is still dealing with like transitioning into like the suit and everything, like basically like a new way of living. Um Also, I know like in the Vader comics that are around this timeline, like the Emperor is definitely like playing all these like mind games with him. The Emperor is like he's not he's not like a nice father figure to him, you know what I mean? Like he's like tormenting him basically. And also the Vader Immortal game, which is canon, that's the VR game, but um Vader is trying to find a way to bring back Padme. So I think some of these factors could potentially bring Anakin's level down a little bit, which I think would make sense, and then Obi-Wan could possibly be stronger at that time.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly. Yeah, you brought up a lot of great points. If like he's not focused on just being Anakin and being like the destructor of worlds, Anakin, like Darth Vader, like he
Yeah.
has shown up to be, I just think that he might be off this game. I'm very curious to see how they play it. I mean, we'll just have to find out and wait until it comes out to learn, exactly what they're doing with the characters. But I mean, there's obviously a lot of direction for them to go. I'm excited to see like what they do, because I don't know, it's gonna be a tough match, man. I don't know. You bring up a lot of great points, but still, I'm gonna say it just like you brought up at the beginning of the argument. He's the chosen one, so
Yeah.
he has way more midichlorian than like Yoda has ever seen before. Not
Right.
even like has. So I don't know. They got to play that up at some point, because I'm kind of waiting for it, and they never really got there yet. Like when have
Yeah.
we seen Darth Vader at like his like max potential, just slaughtering people? Like I can't really think of a time canon wise that was shown to us in a video rather than playing a video game, because I know they did that in the last Star Wars game, but like when have they?
There's the really quick Rogue One scene at the end, but
Yeah, but
that's
even
it.
then, yeah. So I'm just like, I want to see him more like full power. I don't want to see. I'd rather see Obi-Wan defeat a giant than like take down a man that's crippled mentally. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to be
Right.
exciting to me. So I hope they show him on like full display, like just raging out about everything. So
Yeah, and I mean I definitely don't think it's gonna be one sided, like, and no one really wants to see that either. Like you want to see like a close battle, like what we saw in episode 3. But I think now we've come such a long way with how things look, and even the choreography. I thought it was really good then, but um I know like both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, like they're really just like gonna jump right back into the role, and they had a lot of fun. That's one thing I really liked about those behind the scenes for episode 3 is like you could see like they had a lot of fun and put in so many hours like lightsaber fighting.
Dude, I can't even handle it in that one scene in episode 3 when they're fighting each other and then they're both just standing still and just like whoa, 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 like not even touching each other, just
Oh
like
yeah, just like showing
flipping.
off for a little bit.
Yeah, and you're just like, what's happening? Like, attack. Yeah, anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I would love to see it. I can't wait. I mean, either way, I think it's going to be a great series. I don't think Star Wars is going to mess up the series by any means. I think Star
yeah.
Wars has their like shows on lock, so I'm excited.
I
I'm
know
excited.
that's my most anticipated show because Obi-Wan's become over the years like my favorite character actually.
100%. Yeah, dude. Obi-Wan was like fantastic. Obviously, grew up watching like Luke fight, and then you see like where Luke, you know,
Yeah,
came from with Obi-Wan, and you're like, okay, I like this guy. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the best, dude. Poor Obi-Wan. I hope he doesn't die in a tragic way. Oh wait, we already know he does.
Want to get this comment. He says, "Bro, you got to start putting that merch link in the bio." I know, forgot to do that, but it will be there shortly. I'll put it in there at definitely by the end of the show. But yeah, you can check out our stuff. You will need the direct link for the new store. It's on T Public. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cat with eyes on its ears. I don't know if you noticed that. It's,
Bring it up one more time. Yeah, but Tuesday that's Nick's cousin, but yeah, great supporter of the show, great guy.
It's tripping me out.
I don't know if you saw that the other day. Hey, all the more reason for you to get a Switch right here and start playing more games with us.
Oh no.
This is the second time. Last week, me and Nick did a stream, and Tuesday he was like, "All right, best out of 5 will win a prize," and I won, and he sent me like a $70 gift card for the Nintendo shop.
Whoa, hey there.
Yeah, that's the second time he's done that too.
That's dope. That's so cool. Hey, shout out to Tuesday.
Very cool guy.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
Okay. Oh, well, the other thing I want to talk about when it comes to Anakin is his role in the Ahsoka series. Did you have any thoughts on that? Because I mean, you watched Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, dude, I watched Clone Wars. I mean, I'm gonna say something that's not gonna be popular with a lot of people.
All right.
I need there to be some emotions. Obviously, I'd rather have emotions flying than swords clashing. Honestly, when it comes to Ahsoka and Anakin, I just think like how their relationship was and what happened in the Clone Wars, especially when he turned to Vader. And spoiler, she had to fight him, and it didn't work out well for her until it did. But I know they've already fought. It'd be cool to see them fight, but I kind of
he's going to be a Force ghost at this point.
Oh, is he? Is it taking place
I'm
like after?
Almost positive.
Everything?
Yeah, because this is like around the same time. It's most likely around the same time as Mandalorian.
Okay, so that's even better. I think that they could play off of. I would love to see him kind of like try to come back to his old ways. Obviously, if we saw him die at the end of episode 6 and he's sitting there with Obi-Wan and Yoda, I feel like it'd be an amazing time for there to be like some healing between them, where he could teach her even like more about giving into like desire, because that's what she's about. So if they could play into that, where in the show she's like being less of a Jedi and more of like just a warrior and kind of doing what she wants. The Jedi they have rules and things. I would love to see him kind of like bring that back into her life and implement that to her to like help her stay safe in her journey through like the Force. So that'd be cool to see.
I would assume that it would be post The Mandalorian, because if it's after The Mandalorian, then there's room for them to have like that healing and more of that dialogue together, but not if it was before, because in the Mandalorian and the Ahsoka episode, the Jedi episode, um, she still talks about him. Do you remember how she talks a little bit about how like she's seen even the best of the Jedi like fall away, and it seemed like in that moment she was still holding on to some negative feelings and emotions. So she probably didn't have that closure with Anakin just yet. So
Hmm.
I think that the Ahsoka series would probably have to take place after Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah, it seems like that episode specifically like kind of like brought her back into having like a bigger purpose rather than just being, she was localized in the galaxy pretty much on a planet rather than like going out and seeking the Force and doing that stuff. So I could see that maybe she's going out and trying to seek it again, and that's where she finds the Force ghost of Anakin, trying to help her back to the way of the Jedi. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, and I've also heard that like the Mandalorian, the Ahsoka show, maybe either the Kenobi show. Well, no, it can't be the Kenobi show. I think it was going to be the Rangers of the New Republic, but I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. But I had heard rumors that all three of them were kind of going to tie in to each other, and
Boba Fett maybe.
oh yeah, that's true, and basically lead up to like a end game type of finale where like Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka go and face Admiral Thrawn at the end, and Thrawn would be kind of like the Thanos of like this of the Filoni Favreau verse. You know what I mean? Which
Do
I
you
think
think
would
that they can like do that in one season though? Because I mean, they haven't really introduced
no.
Thrawn yet, So like, could they just like introduce Thrawn and be like, hey, listen, or do you think that's like down the line?
Yeah, it
How
would
that
have to be
is?
down the line. I mean, did you watch Rebels too?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Thrawn's in that, and then Ahsoka mentions in Mandalorian that when she takes down the what was she? She was like the magistrate, or I think that's what she was called. Um, but her opponent that she faces off with, um, and she asks her where's Grand Admiral Thrawn, and that ties back into the end of Rebels because um, Ezra and Thrawn get like taken by, it may have been the space whales actually, or it was something like that takes them off,
Yeah.
and so Ahsoka and Sabine at the end, their mission is to go and find them and to find Ezra. So
Yeah, there was a lot of talk, wasn't there, during the Mandalorian season when she showed up, when it actually took place at the end of Rebels, when she went back to say like, let's go get him. Like everyone was like, wasn't that like, was that soon after the whole incident in Rebels, or was that after?
Filoni didn't specify. He said he hasn't really.
He's like, meh.
It got brought up to him, but he didn't like give a definitive answer.
Thanks, thanks, bro.
They're probably still figuring it out. But anyways, I'm really excited for the new Star Wars stuff that's coming up.
Yeah, yeah, excited. A lot of expectations to be met, hopefully. So we'll see.
For sure. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the Batman trailer, man. You're able to have a chance to see that?
I did several times.
Yeah. Tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Honestly, um, I don't know if I've said it back on the show. Maybe it's been brought up before, but I feel like I've always been on this train for this Pattinson guy. Okay, I don't know why. I felt like this was gonna be. I mean, you know me by now, Dom. Like I am. If the darker the movie, the more deaths there are that matter. Like the happier I am walking out, and so I felt like this was going to be a dark movie, and every trailer I've seen has been just makes me more excited. I'm so thrilled to see where this goes. It could go in a really dark direction. So looks violent. I kind of got scared when he used his Batman voice for a second. You know,
Yeah.
I liked it, but I was scared about what other people would think about it. You know, I didn't want other people. Oh, there's another Batman voice happening, and what is this? You know, because when when Christian Bale first did it, everyone was like, "What the heck? Like, dude, this is like the stupidest thing I've ever seen." So, but it seems like people like it, so I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it.
I couldn't tell. Like, do you think they're using like some kind of like electronic voice changer um and like that's part of his suit too? Do you think that's a thing? Because I think
I
that's
think
been
that
like
might
a
happen.
concept before. You know what I mean? Like his suit or the mask has like its own like microphone inside,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever seen Arrow.
Yeah, I mean they did that with um, Batfleck, right? So with Ben Affleck, they made it
Oh,
so
okay.
in Superman versus Superman for actually I think they did it for some of the time, but in Superman versus Batman, they did that. So I could see them doing that. I could see him trying to put like a modulator or something in there, so like
Right.
it just kind of like distorts his voice. So that'd be cool, but no one understood what he said at all when that part came out. I was like, what is
I'm
that?
I'm pretty sure he says when the when the light shines, it's not just a signal, it's a warning.
No, no, when he hits the screen when he's talking to
Oh,
the
right, right.
Riddler.
I don't really know.
And
I
it
don't
was
really
like,
know. Yeah, I don't really know exactly what he said right there.
I think it was like something I've heard they confirmed it, and it was like I don't want to say it just because I don't want to ruin the exact words, but it was like I'm the guy or something. Where's I don't know. So I don't know. It had nothing to do with anything. No one
I'm
understood
the
it, so it's
man.
fine. So I'm Batman. Hits the screen. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. So we'll see. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. I hope it doesn't. You know, I don't care. I think people are going to take it in a lot of different ways. I think that it's going to be like politically charged in certain ways. I think people are going to see it in certain ways. Some people might just go see it for the movie itself, but I think it'll do a good self of like keeping itself out of the limelight of actually like saying this is what it's about. But I think it's gonna be very heavy with what's going on. I think right now in the world, and I think it's gonna shock a lot of people. Kind of like Joker did, right? Like Joker wasn't, you know, pushed that way, but that's how it came out. So
Is is The Dark Knight like up there for your favorite comic book movies?
ooh, that's a good question. Dark Knight, the trilogy, Christian Bale,
No,
or
just The Dark Knight itself. Like for me, and I think a lot of other people, they consider it to be one of, if not the best comic book movie, superhero movie.
yeah, yeah, it was great. It was. I didn't like it as much as my brother did, but it was good. Obviously, the second one was the best movie out of all three, but
Yeah.
I liked them. They were good, dude. It was good because it was dark, like you said it. But you know, there wasn't a meaningful death that really happened. If Alfred died or something, like
Oh, you don't think so? Because I thought the meaningful death was Harvey.
oh,
I thought it was Harvey at the end.
I guess so. I mean, I thought you were gonna go with Rachel because she blows up too. But at that point, she told him to
No.
like, you know, I don't want to be with you anymore. So it wasn't really that meaningful to me anymore. I was like, you know, just let her die. It's fine. But Harvey, yeah, I guess him sacrificing himself was the meaningful death where he wasn't the hero anymore. But yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
he didn't sacrifice himself at the end. Remember?
Well, no, I guess yeah, just in the second movie, you know, when he's like, "Oh, I'll be the bad guy," and so in the third movie, he's like, no longer Batman anymore. So, but there wasn't really anything. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't. I'm excited to see what they do here.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Because to me, I mean, the dark, and I was actually going to bring up the Dark Knight when we talk about Dune later. Um, to me, that like when I saw that, it was like, um, it wasn't just a movie. Like it was like you were watching a film. You were watching like a real piece of art. Is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about the Dark Knight and other things that are just like so iconic and like moving for so many reasons. Like like the old like the original trilogy for Star Wars. Um, but like I think everything with just like it just like makes you think about so many things, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
kind of like facing a lot of these challenges, like these challenging questions when it comes to morals um and really when it comes to Batman. And I think we're going to see that too with Robert Pattinson's Batman, but like how far are you going to go until you like reach that point that you're, you know, just the same as like the villains that you're fighting against, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's like the kind of thing I've heard about this Batman that makes me super like excited to see, because I've heard that this is really gonna be a Batman movie between Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And Batman is gonna end up like he doesn't know the line that doesn't get crossed. This guy's not sleeping. This guy is running a business. He's fighting crime at night. Like this guy's kind of losing his mind a little bit. So like the blurred lines between Batman and Bruce Wayne, I think is going to be really interesting, and I think he's going to like give in to Batman a lot more in this movie than in past iterations where he's like always been Bruce Wayne and some swagger guy. I think that in this movie it's just going to be
Right.
like him like losing it at a certain point, you know. So like that's what I'm excited to see, you know, some more just raw Batman.
Yeah. And I've heard it like brought up like it's always supposed to be like, especially like in the comics, it's supposed to be the opposite that you would, you know, of what you would think, but Bruce Wayne is the mask and the actual person, his identity is really Batman. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? He just tries to
Mm-hmm.
cover that up, but it's really just like, yeah, those like raw emotions and fears and like having to struggle with, is he going down like this dark path and um trying to walk that line and still like stay a hero.
Mm-hmm. And they kind of played that obviously in the Dark Knight series, right? They're like he
Yeah.
comes back to Gotham and he's more of Batman than he is like Bruce Wayne, the billionaire. So it's like his mask, and they try to play it, but they don't really dive into like Batman's desires to like just take people out, you know? So I feel like they kind of missed that mark where like in that one he was always I'm not gonna kill anyone, like I'm fine, I'm cool. Like he was like even keel usually in that Batman rather than just like loose cannon cop that just loses his mind. So I can't wait. And it's so crazy, dude, to see Colin Farrell in this movie as Penguin. Like every time I see him as the Penguin, I'm like, dude, that's what is happening right now. What
Yeah.
like that's so weird.
That was such a great scene at the end of the trailer. He's like, "No, I got you," and then like Batman like hits him with his car, it flips over.
Dude, it was insane. It was insane. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think what the Batman trilogy did, especially in the Dark Knight, which I was going to mention earlier, I just spaced out, was when you look at that movie, and I think you brought up, you were talking about like how it's very, I don't even know, like it was just like the picture, like it was beautifully made and stuff like that. Like what they did with that movie was like not have CGI, and I haven't really seen a lot of CGI in this movie. And I think like the practical effects, like literally in the Dark Knight 2, like with Joker, like they flipped a huge semi truck over the middle of the street. So if we can get some like that kind of filming where it's more of like a realistic shooting and stuff where things actually happen like that, I can't wait to see that, because I'm honestly gonna be. Everyone's gonna not like me. I'm sick of Marvel CGI. Okay, I can't handle Marvel CGI anymore. I just give me
The sand dunes, man. It got me in
the
Loki.
dude. Oh, the sand dunes. Yeah, exactly. Well, in Dune, that sand is gorgeous. Okay, so watch that film. But yeah, I'm just kind of sick of like all the CGI. So I want to see some real filming and like explosions happening here, which I think that we're gonna get by a couple of shots we've already seen. So.
Yeah, the other thing that I was trying to get across too with like my feelings for the Dark Knight is just that, and I hope that this is how the new Batman movie will be, but it's just like more than just like popcorn flick, you know what I mean? Like it really makes you think especially towards the end
Mm-hmm.
when it's not just a superhero like punching bad guys type of movie. Like you're really like diving into people's mentality, why they do the things that they do, especially the Joker throughout the whole movie. You're trying to understand like the rhyme or reason for all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And then uh, especially at the end when Batman decides to take the blame for everything and that he understands um basically that what they need is for him to for Gotham to see Harvey as the good guy and for them to keep seeing Batman as the bad guy for that time. Like I don't know, it was just awesome. I love those movies that make you think, you know.
Yeah, because he's not the he's what was it? He's not the hero they need right now.
Yeah,
Something or other, blah blah blah. Like that undertone. I love that. I don't want a superhero just to be like a basic, like, oh, there's a bad guy, I'm gonna kill this. Like, give me some depth here. So
exactly.
this movie's gonna be crazy, dude. Riddler's gonna have like, I guarantee Riddler's gonna have one of the biggest characters like developments throughout the whole movie. It's gonna be him and Batman. So like, I just want to see it. I just want to see it, man. Just give me the movie.
Riddler's also he's always been one of my favorite Batman villains too.
Yes.
Um I feel like we haven't gotten a whole lot from him in the trailers, right?
Literally nothing. We haven't even seen his face yet.
Yeah. I
So
didn't think so.
yeah,
A
but
couple
that's the
times like I was
thing.
wondering like is that person him or is like that
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um
everyone's saying that he's probably going to be in jail for most of the movie. It's basically going to
hmm,
be him like just setting up a bunch of devious stuff and then getting himself captured in the cafe and then being like, "Look, I can do whatever I want even from in here." And like having all this stuff play out. And so then you have Batman trying to figure out like what's his next move, even though it's like already been laid out. And so it's the craziest Batman movie I think we've ever seen. It's gonna be super investigative. I can't wait to see him do some detective work. From DC Comics, Detective
yeah.
Comics. So like I'm excited to see. Hopefully, do you think that this is going to affect the DCU in any way? Do you think that this movie might like have a following that's not like it's going to take away from the DCU? That's going to be like, I don't like that Batman at the DCU, and like whatever you guys are doing over there, like I don't want that comic booky stuff. Like, give me this stuff. You think there's going to be some discrepancies within DC or what?
I'm not sure and it's like I do see like this being a little bit more like Nolan-esque if you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
kind of like The Dark Knight was a little bit more bringing a comic book into modern day. But like I've watched a lot of other reviews on the trailer, and a lot of people are saying how there's so many um, Easter eggs and so many scenes that are just like taken from the comic book. So like that that this movie will still like very much feel like a comic in many ways. But as far as like the DCEU goes, I, I've been under the assumption that this is kind of going to be like its own thing. Um, but at the same time, like I also wouldn't be surprised, and maybe it's not even confirmed yet what they're planning on doing because, I mean, DC's kind of they're kind of trying to do like their own multiverse now.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe Pattinson, Affleck, and
So you're thinking they bring him into the DCU?
maybe. I don't know. I think I'll most likely want them to like stay and have it be its own thing.
Yeah.
Um but I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think it might
would
cause the
like
fans
I
to be
would also like
divided.
to see it. I would like to see a good DCEU because uh, for me I don't think that it's very good. Like obviously Marvel does their cinematic universe way better.
I don't know, man. Eternals has the lowest rating ever for a Marvel movie, down at 61% right now. So
Well, I don't think Phase 4 has been. I mean, it's just hard. Like I mentioned it like once before that it's kind of like just trying to capture that lightning in a bottle, and it's so hard to like to uh um to capture it again, like capture the magic, I guess, from the previous phases. And also, the a lot of the big stars, they're kind of like retiring, and um yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
just it's
pretty.
different. It's different.
Yeah,
It's really different now.
it's true. It's true. It's like YOLO. They can only do it once, and I think they already did it. I think that was it, man. We got 22 glorious movies, and I think that's gonna be bumpy roads ahead for Marvel. But I don't know, man. I don't know if this Batman movie is going to like take away from the DCU. I think it might. I think people are gonna be craving more of like this kind of movie than what the DC is going to be producing. And I know that sounds terrible. I know Shazam's probably going to do decent. I know Black Adam's going to do decent. I'm kind of shaky on the Flash, and I don't even know what else is next. Aquaman 2. Like,
Yeah.
I think that like there needs to be kind of like an overhaul. I think Marvel's doing what DC's trying to do what Marvel's doing, but if DC did more of what Batman is going to be doing and have their own universe and like that kind of setting, it's a completely like different target audience, but it's the same. If that makes any, it's super weird. But I think that they could attract the same people over if they just did it and make a different style. But I don't know. I don't know.
The place where like DC does their like connecting universe very well is with their animated shows and animated movies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like that's really where they hit the mark for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
have you seen Young Justice? Especially season 2 is really really good.
I don't
Um,
know. I don't know. Is it a live action or is it a just
no, it's
cartoon?
it's animated. Yeah,
Okay. I think I might have seen it, but it's probably been a while.
yeah, and then I mean, there's a lot of different animated movies and like Justice League movies that are good.
Yeah. All their animated movies are pretty good. All their Batman movies are phenomenal. So I don't know. I see. I feel like they need to bring that over, where it's like the kind of like darker stuff for DC rather than it just being
Yeah,
like kid. Like we're gonna bring you to Disneyland and show you DC. Okay, like we don't give me dark DC. Like I want it. So I would love for them to do that, but we'll find out. Eh. But we already saw it. We already saw it with like the Justice League versus Snyder Cut. People are like the DC fandom is so toxic and divided already. I'm curious to see what
did you say
happens if they.
Justice League?
Yeah, the Justice League.
That's
Yeah, dude,
funny.
Justice League versus Snyder Cut, bro. Like DC's already so divided. I think if they like do these two different kind of styles of movies, I think it's gonna divide people more. Where they're like, all right, screw like this comic booky Marvel stuff and like give me this stuff. And I think it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait for the Twitter battles to happen. So I'm here for
Right.
it.
But all right, yeah, I think we're both definitely looking forward to the Batman, and yeah, if you guys haven't seen that trailer, definitely check it out. Oh, one last thing I was gonna say is another great animated series. Me and Ethan talk about it sometimes. It was also called The Batman, and definitely an underrated animated show. Um, did you ever see that one? And
When did it come out? There were so many
this is
Batman
this is
shows when I was younger. So
this
was it
is
newer?
this is probably 2004, 2005, and Batman, like himself, like he looked a little bit weird as far as the way he was drawn, just a little bit. Um, I mean, I think people got used to like the tall ears, and in this show they were the shorter ears, and also his eyes, the way they were drawn, were like um, they looked more like bug eyes.
I don't
Definitely
know.
like bigger, but it was a great show, and it really it got dark, and it dived in deep into like his detective work, and like definitely put a really cool spin on some of the bad guys. Like Riddler, like was definitely like dark. It was Riddler was kind of like emo and like way more emo and dark than what's his name in the old Batman.
I
Why
got a
can't I think
shout
of him?
to I got a shout to Brimster. I don't even
Yeah.
know. Brimster, whatever my bro wants to call himself. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for listening to me at the grandparents' birthday party. I appreciate it. I'm there in spirit.
Shout out to Breamster. That's Ben, right?
Yeah. So he went to the party tonight that
Gotcha.
your host so graciously took me away from.
Nope, not true.
He said, "Listen, Jake, I'm not paying you for nothing. Get on the show." And I said, "What are you paying me?" And he said, "Nothing." And I said, "Okay, I'm there. Don't even have to ask me twice."
All right, man. You ready to talk about Dune?
Heck yes, dude. Been waiting for it all night.
All right, let's give our
I
Dune
love Dune,
review. Yeah,
dude.
tell us about it.
Okay, so I know nothing about Dune. I'm gonna just tell you straight up
Yeah,
right now. Anybody that
I went into it not knowing anything other than
no,
yeah, just a little bit here and there. Never read the books. I just um I had heard like this is Star Wars for adults, like whereas
really,
Star
okay,
Wars is kind of like definitely driven towards kids and adults, but yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
that's
Disney
definitely how I
magic.
felt about it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, when I first saw the commercials, I was like, this looks stupid. I'm not seeing this. There's no chance. And then I
Oh, I
started
thought the
seeing more.
commercials were good.
Did you? I started kind
Yeah.
of getting more hyped for it as it kind of got closer, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a chance. This looks okay. It started picking up for me. I don't know why. I was like, dude, I don't care about freaking sand worms. Okay, that's not like I don't, like what? Why do I care about a bunch of worms eating people throughout the desert? And then I figured out that it wasn't about a bunch of worms eating people throughout the desert. When I saw the movie, 35 minutes in, I was like, okay, like I'm invested now. It took me a good
Right?
35 minutes. I don't know about you, but yeah, 35 minutes in, and I didn't want to stop. I could have sat there for another 2.5 hours if they wanted to just like show the whole movie. So I don't know how you felt. I knew nothing about it, and I understand that Lucas got his ideas from this, and I see
I
exactly
think he
where he
got
got his
some, yeah.
ideas. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. It was like you just said, like an adult Star Wars. Like that's how I would describe it. It was way more intense. I don't. Can we spoil anything or?
Oh, sure. I mean, I think also again, this is another movie I feel like that you really have to pay attention to. It makes you think. And like
Mm-hmm.
for me, like I think 30 minutes in for me, I was definitely like, man, I'm still kind of like struggling just a little bit to like put all the pieces together,
Yeah.
but I was invested because of how beautiful this movie looks and sounds. And also, I didn't go to the theater to see it.
Mm-mm.
Did you? Or you
No.
watch HBO Max? I mean,
Uh-huh.
I have a pretty sick TV. I won't lie, and nice surround sound. So we just cranked it up. Also, I did not want to deal with. I mean, I do love theaters, but I also do not want to deal with, kids talking in the background. Um, Especially for something like this. Like I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's just do it this way, and yeah, me and my wife both enjoyed it. But yeah, let's talk more about it. Feel free to give some spoilers too.
Dude, okay. So you already know what I'm gonna say because I even said it earlier, and I said, you know what I'm gonna say. If I am gonna enjoy, yeah, spoiler warning. If I'm going to enjoy a good movie, it's it's gotta like hurt me in some sort of way. Like I have to like not like the movie to like the movie, if that makes any sense. I did not want this kid's dad to die, but dear
Dude,
Lord,
right?
like the way this man goes out and like just like his emotion and like thinking his family's dead, dude. And I was like I was invested, and then when the attacks started happening on the city, I was like, what the like what is happening? right now. Like, there's a fight happening. What is going on? And then this guy gets captured, and I was like, no! And I lost it. And then he kills himself because the doctor who betrayed him, who helped his son, dude, there was too many layers on it for me to even, like, good deaths happen. Momoa, Jason, my man, Aquaman, dude, his death was a great death. That's a great death. You know, like, any movie that has good deaths in it, I am buying in like immediately. I'm like, I don't know what's happening now. Like, they could kill
Yeah, like
anybody.
these meaningful deaths, like their character and the way that they die, like with a purpose, like trying to serve. Basically, he was trying to serve and protect his friend and family that he grew up with.
Mm-hmm. And they gave us those good characters. Like, if a character that you don't like dies, it's not that meaningful. But like, Jason Momoa's character was like an older brother figure to this kid, and like, it really
Yeah,
showed, and they trusted each other, even though it's like very limited on screen. Quite frankly, from my view, like, it showed that they really care, trust each other, and like, how each other's backs. He dies. The dad was not like a mean guy at all. Like, he was trying to teach his son the best he could and explain to him, like, I was at where you're at right now. Like, you're gonna just have to find your way. And then
I
he
know Oscar Isaac was
dies.
so good in this movie.
He was so good. I was so mad when he died. I was like, dude, like,
I
this
know.
guy needs to be in the movie the whole time. Like, what are they
Yeah,
doing? You know,
I
like,
really
so
liked his character.
he was so good, dude. I love Oscar Isaac as an actor. I honestly thought that Star Wars didn't like let him show anything about his acting ability. It was quite sad to me, quite frankly. But yeah,
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac, he's phenomenal in whatever role you put him in. So I'm sorry, I just talked a lot, but I just
No,
love
no.
this movie, dude. Was like,
Don't be sorry.
it's. I'm gonna say something that you're not gonna like, but I have to say it.
Okay.
This is going to be my new favorite sci-fi franchise over anything Star Trek, Star Wars.
I've heard
Like,
that from other people, yeah.
I think that if they could build this universe, like, I will ditch Disney. I will kick it to the curb.
Oh, well,
I
I don't
will.
want you to ditch Disney
It
over
will
it.
be no more. Okay, all they can do is
No.
make dark hero movies and fantastic storylines for sci-fi movies, and I'm in. Okay, yeah. So that's where I'm at. I think I'm going through a revelation in life right now with my movie habits. It's quite crazy. But did you love it as much as me? Like, did you just
Yeah, I
fall
think
for it,
so.
or
I
is it
think
not an
so.
influence?
I I'm pretty sure we're gonna watch it again tomorrow. Yeah, dive in again and um I mean there's kind of a lot to unpack, and but I feel like they do a pretty good job um at making the best of their time, using their time wisely in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean there's slower moments, but there's still, to me, they felt really interesting. Um even because a lot of things kind of center around um I feel like their standings with like the I think they call it the Imperium, right? That's kind of like their empire. Um but like there's so many great things about this. Also, I know people have been saying how there's a lot of things in this movie that are like Shakespearean, and I think it's especially with like um Oscar Isaac's character, the Duke, and how he dies. Also, how him and his family are betrayed um, by the Doctor and by the Emperor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, Shakespeare never wrote really the happiest stories in the world, so a lot of
Right,
people
right.
died. A lot of people died. Everyone in his stories.
But yeah, the voice, like that power of
I wanted to
control.
ask you. Yeah.
That's kind of Dune's version of the Force, for sure.
Well,
And
what you mean to say is that Star Wars version of Dune, because Dune came first, and then Lucas took it from Star
Okay,
Wars.
okay. Well, yeah, I was like, this is kind of like a more aggressive mind trick.
A
You know
hundred
what I mean?
percent.
It's a more aggressive Jedi mind trick.
But what if that's what it sounded like in Star Wars, but we just never heard it from the stormtrooper's head? You know, like what if he said it, but really like just like blared in his head so loud that like that's the only thing that you know. But it was scary. You're right, dude. When he did that, like the first time, I was like, "Holy smokes! Like this ain't no joke. Like this kid's gonna, he will make you walk off a building." Okay, that's what it sounds like. This kid's gonna do. Like it just sounded
Yeah,
dark, you know. So I loved it. Hand in the box, bro. Come over. You gotta put your hand in the box.
that was pretty crazy. I mean, we haven't even talked enough about Timothy Chalamet. I think I had heard a lot of great things, um,
Dude,
but I think
best
we
actor
were
for that.
a lot of us were like kind of wondering if he was gonna pull it off and really be a great leading actor. Oh, did you need a minute? Yeah. All right, we'll give Jake a minute here. But yes, guys, if you're tuning into this, um, here in the live chat or on the replay, leave us your comments. Let us know your thoughts on all the topics that we're going over tonight. We want to hear your thoughts on Star Wars, these Star Wars news that we're going over. We want to hear your thoughts on the Batman trailer, how you like that, and of course, give us your thoughts on Dune. Um, this is a spoiler review here, but yes, we want to hear how you guys enjoyed it. So, if you haven't seen it already, come back after you've watched it and let us know in the comments.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
No, yeah. What you're saying, dude, that young actor. I honestly, I the whole time thinking about that movie, I was like, what is Tom Holland thinking right now? This kid hitting on his girlfriend right now,
Right.
making out with Zendaya on screen. What's Spider-Man doing
I
right
kind
now?
of thought about that too.
That's all I was thinking about. Like anytime it showed her. So hopefully I can get past that in the second movie. I mean, I heard that the Spider-Man's gonna be the last one. Hopefully, and I'm saying this in the kindest way possible. Hopefully Zendaya dies in this movie. In
Well,
Spider-Man.
in Dune? Oh, in
No, in
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Yeah, hopefully she dies. Like I said, dude, good death. You know, I need her to die in this one. Just because that's how it's like in the comic books. He's going off to college. He's got to find his new girlfriend. Okay, if they're gonna flip it, hopefully, and it's gonna be Gwen Stacy now in college rather than MJ in college. But I just don't see. I mean, these two movies are too. I think Dune might be too big for her to do both movies. For me, that's the only kind of thing I had with
Hmm.
this movie. It wasn't even like Jason Momoa. Like barely even recognized him on screen. Did you kind of get that feeling? Like I didn't like even see
He
Aquaman.
was
He
he
looked
was clean
different.
shaven too, so
Is that what it was?
I think
Okay.
so. We're kind of used to seeing him with facial hair a lot of
Okay.
times. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I watched Aquaman a long time ago, like just on TV, and not a fan of it. And also, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like that or Batman versus Superman did Jason Momoa any justice as far as like showing off his talents.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, this was by far the best I've seen him act.
You think they should
Definitely.
have gotten Tom Holland to play the kid? That way, it wasn't so weird with him and watching this kid make out with Zendaya.
No, I mean this kid
He was
he
so
might,
perfect, dude.
yeah, and I don't know if you even want to like play the whole comparison game, but I think he might be a better actor than Tom Holland. And I love Tom
Real?
Holland cuz
Whoa.
Tom Holland's great and I think he's the best Spider-Man, but just like this kid's acting chops, like especially what in that scene where he's being like challenged and kind of like tormented, like with his fears and everything, his hand in the box, like that was something else.
Yeah, dude, he was so good. Like when he was even like in the tent, like having his meltdown. That scene was so powerful because I mean, I don't know if you realize a lot of the scenes that they show us from him obviously are in the future. They're going to be in the second movie.
Yeah.
So, like, and I got to spill the beans on something real quick that you might not know because I've been looking up, like review videos and stuff like that about it. So,
Well, don't spoil the part 2 for me.
No, it's more of like I don't think they'll get to it because it's such a long story. So I don't think they'll get to it. But this guy that's supposedly the one isn't even the one. You know, it's supposed to be his son, because this guy that's going through all this is seeing all this torment that he's going to do to the universe. So he doesn't want that path. So he's actually gonna like do good and keep it even keel, and then have a son, and this son is going to be the guy that goes throughout the whole
So
universe.
kind of like how Luke isn't the chosen one, it's his dad. It's just opposite for
The
Star
opposite,
Wars.
I guess. Yeah. So like, dude, it's great. Like, I'm so excited to see like where they take this. When it ended, I was so upset. I was like, okay, like, where's the next movie and when is it coming out? Because I can't wait 2 years to see the next movie. Like, just, do you even know when the next one's coming out? Like, has there even been any announcement?
It just got greenlit. The sequel is happening. Part 2 for sure is happening. I think they said 2023.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's so long. Like,
I hate how long movies take sometimes.
that's so long, dude. Like, I'm gonna be drowning all next year until, who knows, even late in 2023.
I mean, when did they announce the Obi-Wan series? Like,
Dude, so long ago.
and it's
Like
still
2017.
killing me.
They're like, we're coming out with some fantastic new series. I was like, Disney, like, why did you even give us these shows? Like,
Yeah,
Monsters Inc. just came out a couple months ago, and they told us that back in like 2017. And I was like, okay, you guys got to like figure out, some time slots to do things here, because I don't know. Are you excited for Disney Day, November 15th? Is that what it is?
oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, Disney Plus Day. They're gonna announce
Oh
all the new shows
man,
and stuff.
I'm
So
gonna be doing a lot of packing for our big move. But yeah,
yeah.
I am definitely looking forward to that. We'll have to. That'll be a good show.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, if you're around, we can go over a lot of their announcements and stuff. I know there's going to be a lot to unpack.
Yeah, dude. There's gonna be, I'm sure, a bunch of shows to unpack that aren't gonna come out for 5 years. We're gonna have to talk about them
Yeah.
because it's urgent.
But another thing I wanted to bring out about the movie is, I feel like, where do you think the climax of the movie was? Where
Oh
was it for
no.
you? Like
Are you one of those people that are upset about how it ended?
I'm not actually, and people also compared it to like the end of Lord of the Rings, and it totally has the Lord of the Rings ending. They kind of spoiler. Here we go, guys. It's another spoiler. Um, Come back and watch later. But they kind of just like walk off in the distance. We pan out a little bit, and that's it. They're going off to the next part of their journey.
Lord of the Rings.
It's a
I can't
that
believe that is what Lord of the Rings does.
that
But a
was
lot of
the
people
end
have
of
convinced.
Fellowship, I believe.
Yeah, and people say that Fellowship had a lot better ending than Dune. That's what they're saying. I didn't
To
feel
me,
the
I feel
end.
like it's the same ending.
I know, I did not feel that way. I was like, oh, it ended fine. Like,
No,
he's
but
on to the next
I
leg
guess
of the thing.
I was just asking like what was like the most
Oh, where
climactic
was like climactic? Dude, it
part.
was the fight. It was the bombing
The
of the
one with,
city.
say that again.
It was the bombing of the city.
Okay,
it it
yeah,
it just ramped up, and then just like 30, like the last, 2 hours into it, an hour and 45 minutes into it, it just like unloads like, okay, we kind of told you that this was happening, and like they're getting set up, and now it's gonna happen, and like everyone just got obliterated. So that was the climax. I think that was the turning point in the movie, where this kid finally had to step up and do what he knows he has to do. He has to take over his father's seat. Like, his dad's dead now. His dad died. His best friend's dead. Like, he needs to step it up and lead now. And the only people that he has to lead are the Fremen, right? So I think that was obviously the climax of this movie. I think it actually played out fantastic because it kind of led up the entire movie to this one. And it kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know for you. For me, I was like, holy smokes, like it's happening this soon, which is kind of weird to think because we were like so far into the movie, but it kind of ropes you in. And so you don't like know. And then it just kind of happens. And so that was definitely the climax of the movie for sure. I'm curious to find out where Thanos is by the end of this because we don't see his end all be all verdict. So I wonder,
Oh, Thanos.
yeah,
Josh
Brolin,
Brolin. Right? Yeah,
yeah. So, but that was definitely climax. That was it for sure. I mean, I don't know what else they
I'd
wanted to
agree.
do. You
I'd
know,
agree. Yeah. I mean, I also like the when he faces off against the Freeman like
his like
warrior
mentor.
towards the end. Was it?
That was his
Oh,
mentor. He was seeing his visions throughout the whole movie. That was supposed to teach him like
oh,
everything he's supposed
okay,
to
yeah.
know. So like that's what's so crazy is like even
Because
like
some
what they
things
do.
don't play out exactly how he first sees it, right? Which I think
Uh,
he explains
yeah.
that when that one lady towards the beginning that
Yeah.
that's like the leader of his mom's like religion or whatever. You know, she asks him like, do things always like does he always see things that are happening and then they occur like the exact same way in his dreams? And he's like, no, not always. So like which I like too, because then it's like you don't always know exactly what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like things vary and change.
Hmm.
But I thought it was really cool because like you see that fight between the two of them play out in like his dream that he has, and like you see that he dies, but then I feel like when he goes to actually fight him, he almost knows like the moves, like he's one step ahead of the guy, right? Did you kind of get
Hmm.
that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he already kind of saw a lot of how it was going to play out, like all the other alternatives. You know, he basically did like a
Yeah,
Doctor Strange on the guy and sat there. And so, but that's the part of the thing. Like, there's so many different ways it could go, and which is so crazy. Like, I just thought that was crazy. Like, he learned so much from this guy that he just killed without even knowing him. Just because like he's had so many visions of what this guy taught him in the future that like he uses that, and it's like it's such a crazy concept. Like
I
it's so
like the
weird.
combat too, like the how they all have like their shields that they put up. It's so cool.
Well, dude, that's the thing is like that's what makes it so much cooler, I think, than Star Wars is because those shields are they're meant to like if you have a gun, right? If you have a blaster or something, it's not going to penetrate the shield, and that's why they all use swords, is because they have to travel at a certain time to actually break the barriers. So what you're doing is like hitting them with like kind of stun punches and then like trying to come in slowly enough with like a blade to kill them. And so it kind of defeats the purpose of blasters. Like I just love that whole concept. Like it was so cool to me. Yeah, it was crazy. It was so cool those fight scenes, dude. Yeah, when they're
Yeah,
like bashing each other. Oh, dude. Yeah, the whole movie was great. I love the whole
yeah.
thing.
That
Go see
I
it.
mean, it was just like going back from like red and blue, but just like the changes with like the color of the shields was really cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was all sick, dude. It was epic. Highly recommend the movie to anybody that is thinking about seeing it. Go see it. Go see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
again, it's just
yeah,
it's beautiful cinema.
yeah. It's
It really
fantastic.
is. As cheesy as it sounds, it really is.
And there wasn't any like filler, even though it was so long. It didn't seem like there was much filler. I mean, the only filler I could complain about is
I
like
could have
slow
used
motion
another
shots
hour,
of
honestly.
Zendaya. That's what I'm saying. I was like, please, like, tell me, like, give me more information of like why this is happening and like what's going down.
It
Like, I
didn't
want to
feel
know their
that long to
past.
me. I
No,
know it was, but it didn't feel that long to me.
no, it didn't. Yeah, like after 35 minutes, because like what we were talking about, like it just took me a second to figure out what was happening and like who's on what side and like the political climate of the movie and different like
Yeah.
characters that were important. But after that, I was like, okay, it's happening. Like I'm down. Like give me this movie. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
that's what I was trying to say earlier too is like the political climate of the film. It does play a large part, and of like how you're trying to understand everything that's going on, and it's pretty interesting too.
Yeah, it's very it's a lot different than Star Wars too, you know, where I
And
don't
Star
know,
Wars
dude.
has its own politics as well that I find it interesting as well.
Yeah, but it's just different, you know. Like there's just one planet that produces everything. I mean, they don't even get into like the specifics of how the ship works. Like through my research, because I'm such a studious person. Through my research, I found out like why they actually need spice, and it's because of these like entities that control the ship. You know, like they have to keep feeding them spice. So it's like they didn't even get into any of that stuff. So I hope that they finish this next part two and then realize that it's something that people want, and I hope that they kind of do like diving into either different characters within the universe in different time periods or the same time period that other stuff's happening with different characters. So I mean,
Right.
hopefully they can do something with it. I think they should. So
I just noticed you're still rocking your President Loki pin, Marvel pin.
I have to. You just noticed that.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised because I thought you ended up not liking the series as much.
Yeah, Loki sucked. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Marvel. Don't hate me. No, yeah, Loki was fine. It was just confusing. What if confused me more? You know,
I
I was
haven't
just
seen
like,
it all. I haven't seen it
oh,
all.
dude, it's just like, come on now. Like,
That
just come
should
up
that
with
should say
some
something
rules.
too, because normally I like to
So
finish
you got Marvel
everything.
fatigue now too, huh? It's just happening, I think,
Maybe,
man.
yeah, maybe a
I
little
think it's
bit.
just happening. I think it's just Eternals got a bad rap, 61%. I think people are just kind of sick of this formula that Marvel's doing. It's like figured
But
out
it's
now.
not even out just yet, so we still got to give Eternals a chance. I definitely am.
I know, but it's the same formula, you know? It's like somebody real has to die in Marvel. And I'm not saying like Tony Stark because he's dead already. I mean, like someone in the middle of like a great story needs to get killed off in Marvel. Like a couple people for like I don't know. That's just me. Because you know me and deaths. But
Well,
I mean,
final Dune thoughts.
Final Dune thoughts. Go see it. It's a fantastic movie. It doesn't matter if you go see it in theaters or on your home screen. I would prefer you see it in theaters because I want them to make so many more movies. Give them your money, please, because I want them to make more. Uh, yeah, go see the movie. I don't know what else to say. If you're not, you're just a square.
Square.
All right.
I put it at like a 8.5 out of 10 right now. It may
Dude,
even jump up to a 9. I'm gonna watch it again tomorrow.
I give it a solid 9.25.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it more than Star Wars, dude. Like I like this
Then
is
any
it for
Star
me.
Wars. Then any
Better
Star.
than any sci-fi film.
Wow.
I'm 100% dead serious. I think that I fell in love in the theaters for whatever reason. And by in theaters, I mean in my bed
I mean,
over there
I
watching a
loved it.
movie.
I loved it too. Not as much as Star Wars. That's kind of still sacrilege, but
I know.
um,
I know.
but no, I'm really hyped that you enjoyed it so much, and again, I did too.
Okay, let me ask you one thing real quick, Dom. Are you more excited? Are you gonna be more excited to go see Dune Part Two, or were you more excited to go see any of the other Star Wars movies that just came out?
Oh, I've been way more excited for Star Wars.
Oh my god!
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Everyone out there, you just saw my heart break on national television because I just can't. All right, fine, whatever.
No, but
I'm not
I
gonna have
think
this debate
that
with
I
Dom
think
anymore.
that's really cool, and I've heard other people say that that to them this is like the best sci-fi that they've ever seen. Um,
So good.
and yeah, I definitely think like it's for sure earned a spot in that conversation for being up there. And like I said too, and I was gonna bring it out, but we already talked about the Dark Knight, but it's just like something really special, not just It's not just a movie that you're stuffing your face with popcorn and like not really thinking. Like you have to like really be mindful of everything going on and um, trying to figure out the answers to these questions. And uh, oh, someone described it as a thinking man's sci-fi, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a great way to describe it.
100%. I never even heard that, but yeah. Dude, yeah, dude, there wasn't one moment where I was like not paying attention and like could get back into the movie and understand what was happening again. Like you gotta things are moving all the time in that movie. Even though it's a slow movie, things are moving. And if you're not paying attention, you might miss an important part.
Yeah,
So
so good. I'm
so good.
looking forward to seeing it again tomorrow.
I'm watching it tonight, people. Okay.
Nice.
No, I gotta watch Creature from the Black Lagoon. Um, I got a couple shout outs if we're closing up.
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily have to. Well, whatever you're feeling, I still got time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna shout out some other stuff that's coming up right now, but you're not too interested in it, so I just figured
No, I'm interested.
let you chill. Well, no, Camp Cretaceous season 4 is coming out soon, fellas. Okay, buckle up, get your popcorn ready. We're going for a ride. Okay, season 4 is coming. We're going back to Isla Sorna. There's gonna be a Spinosaurus. It's going down. It's happening. So I'm jazzed about it. Check into that. I think it's coming in December. It's gonna have a lot to do with the new Jurassic World movie that's coming out. So keep your eyes out for it. It's gonna be important.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, that was loud.
Wave really likes that show too.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dope. I love that show. So it's coming. It's coming. Sorry,
What
I
else
had
we
to get
got?
really hyped about
No, don't be
it.
sorry, dude.
What else we got? We got Hawkeye coming out soon. So get ready for that. I mean, I'm super stoked about it. I mean,
You
Dom clearly is.
are.
I'm actually really hyped about this show. I think
Wow.
it's probably going to be my favorite Disney Plus show thus far. Um, I love Clint Barton. He's a normal guy. He's out there on the streets just trying to enjoy a nice theatrical show about his pastimes with his family, watching the Captain America theatrical show, and he gets roped into this girl that's trying to take his steam away from him, bro. So he's got to get out there. He's got to show her the ropes. I think it's going to introduce a lot of cool characters. I think it's going to introduce Kingpin. I think it's going to get Daredevil involved into Marvel. I think it's going to actually be a very, very big show for Marvel. I think it's going to set up a lot of things. So get prepared.
I I would be really surprised if Kingpin and Daredevil showed up. I'd be surprised if either one of them
I
showed
just had
up.
to throw out so much hype for the show because
I
I
would
knew that I was losing to
I'd
everybody.
like to see it,
Dude,
but
everybody. So I'm just saying he's gonna be in it.
so certain. I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways, I'm jazzed about it. I think it's gonna be great. I think those two people have great chemistry. I'm stoked about it.
But
I
why
mean
can't it be
obviously.
him and his daughter though? Like why can't it be his daughter that's like taking up the mantle? I
I could
feel like
see
that
the
would make more
frustrations.
sense. I feel like that would make
It
more sense.
yeah, yeah, I could
I
see
know this
that.
is its own like storyline in the comics, but
But let's get real though. Is Hawkeye gonna let his daughter go out and fight a bunch of crime, or is he gonna be like, I've been there, done that, seen the disasters, and you ain't doing it, little girl? You know? So she might be prohibited from the
I
fatherly stance of
I
Hawkeye.
guess that's a good point, but he literally calls his daughter Hawkeye in what was that? Infinity
in
War?
no, an Endgame.
Endgame.
It was the beginning of Endgame when they're shooting arrow and they disappear.
Yeah, so it's like
Like,
all right, cool.
just-
That should be a
listen,
thing.
she didn't have the skills or the technique, so they moved on. No, I don't know. I can't believe you're not excited for it. I think Hawkeye's gonna be a great show.
I Nothing stood out to me in the trailer. I think I told you this is I mean it's a small nitpicky thing, but I don't like the logo at all.
I know.
I think it's such a poorly done logo. It doesn't even fit to me. It's just like so simple, but also really weird and like I don't
It comes
know.
from a comic book, bro. Come on. It comes from the Hawkeye comics, man. That's the logo.
Okay.
That's why they did it. It's because it has to do a specific comic book series that they're gonna do the show after, which introduces the Kingpin
Also,
and
I
Daredevil.
feel like they've done kind of like the least with Hawkeye
Dude, the
out of like
saddest
the original guys. So it's kind of like
this dude, I can't believe this is the show I'm most excited about for Marvel is Hawkeye. I would never see the day ever 10 years ago that I'd be like, Hawkeye is my man. Stoked about it. It's gonna be a
but I
great
thought
show.
Loki was your guy.
No, absolutely not. No.
Well, you're wearing the Loki pin and
I do it just in case he shows up and wants to kill me. I'm saying, dude, look it. I support you. Okay.
you
Listen,
were
I'm your friend.
you were at one time really hyped about the Loki show.
Until I watched it, and then I was like, okay, now this is what they're doing. No, I was super hyped. I wish they left Loki at Loki. If they didn't come out with What If, I'd be a lot happier with Loki. That's all.
But what if isn't canon?
What If is canon? They said it.
No, they didn't.
Unfortunately, that's what they said.
Okay, show me where they said it.
The creator said it. Dude, it's just like nothing makes sense anymore. Just watch What If and then get back to me and tell me if you are still interested.
Well,
It's like
I've seen some of it. I've seen like half of it, but I'm not caught up with like the last 4 episodes. I've yet to
Marvel.
watch the Loki episode, but
Okay.
but they said that it wasn't canon from the beginning.
I don't know if they said that, man. I think they said that it was canon. They said it's canon. Anything can happen. It's the multiverse. That's what they said. That's 100%. I gotta find it then.
Oh my gosh. But yes, whether it's canon or not, it's getting very
I'm
convoluted.
researching.
He's bringing up the article, guys.
Let's see this. Okay, the upcoming Disney Plus series What If is official Marvel Cinematic Universe canon. I don't know how else to tell you that, my man.
You're looking at some Reddit guy, right?
No, this is off IGN. Officially made up to canon for the MC stories. Yeah. Boom. That's it. Said and done. All she wrote.
You can share it if you want.
Can I?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to share my whole screen. I'm okay. I don't want people to see my tabs.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's my personal business.
Still pretty sure it's not canon.
It's canon. What do you mean? Look.
It's
up.
not.
Look it up, just type in.
Also,
Googles.
the What If series in the comics too? It's never been canon. It's just supposed to be like its own like fun, silly thing. And I feel like I also heard a lot of people not watching it because they didn't care for it if it's not going to be canon.
Let's see this. Oh shoot! I don't even know. It's fine.
I wouldn't be mad if it was canon.
They said it's canon. That's all I know. Listen, I'm just reporting the news. Okay, just the facts with this guy. That's it. That's all you're gonna get. Just the facts.
When Kevin Feige says it's canon, I'll believe it. But
he said it was canon.
No, he didn't.
Kevin Feige says it's canon to the MCU stories. Right there. Boom. Just what the doctor ordered.
But either way, the multiverse has gotten
you don't believe me.
I don't. But it actually doesn't matter because you're definitely right about how the multiverse has gotten so nutso that it almost doesn't even matter what's canon and what's not. things just aren't making much sense anymore.
No, dude,
It's
nothing's
too
making sense
convoluted.
anymore. They just don't have any rules.
I don't care what anyone says. You guys go watch the Loki finale again. King the Conqueror, he sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He sucks.
It was so atrocious and so not cool. It was just a lame ending, and
it was the dumbest episode throughout the whole series. I just sat and argued with some guy named Kane. Who did he even say his name was Kane? He was just like, I'm a man beyond time.
Some goofball eating an apple, not caring, and basically wasting everyone's time, including the audience, the viewers. He was wasting our time.
He was trying to act like the Joker too much. I was like, calm down, easy, fella.
Yeah. Fella.
Like, that's not your role, okay?
And right. Even if he's going to be playing a very different Kang in Ant-Man Quantumania, I don't think I'm going to care. I don't even want Kang. I don't even want Kang to be a thing anymore. Like, I'd rather just.
You heard it first. Dom's not watching any Marvel movies anymore. You heard it here first.
No, I'm.
See, we're both on the same page, though.
I know you're. I think we're pretty similar. I still really don't believe What If is canon because Kevin Feige never said it, but.
Of course, it's canon, but that's besides the point.
Anyways, what is it? Oh, I know you probably haven't seen it yet or weren't really interested, but to me, Shang-Chi was really, really good. And I'm also really looking forward to Eternals too. And yeah, I did hear that so far it's not getting the best rating, but I've also heard really good things from the critics' reviews.
I've heard good things.
So,
like it ends.
No, dude. I mean, the movie looks great. I've heard that it's the best. I've heard that it's the best looking Marvel movie, but I've also heard that it doesn't really feel like. It doesn't have like MCU feel like the other ones do because it's kind of like it stands out almost as its own thing. I don't know. I'd kind of be okay with it. It has a great cast.
Yeah, actually, so something really surprising that you're gonna hear come out of my mouth for the first time because you never hear anything surprising from me. I was super excited. I know. I was super excited to actually go see this movie. I was like, dude, I was like, okay, no one cares. Who cares about these characters? Like, I wasn't interested. And then I kind of started feeling more hype for it. And then the crew came out and started hitting on the fans. And I'm like, I'm not going to go see that movie anymore. So that's where I'm at.
Oh, no.
Dude, if the actors of Marvel could just shut their mouth and just like shut up and like not say anything to fans or call fans out or say it's their problem or like, dude, they just need to shut up and dribble. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I don't care, guys. You got paid so much money to make this movie. I don't care if some fan was mean to you or you guys feel like you need to stick up. Like, just shut up and produce a good movie.
But what if you just didn't let that even? What if you didn't even like pay attention to that?
Like, what if I didn't pay attention to people's character? I don't know. I'd probably be an idiot, and I would probably just buy into everything because I can't handle it.
I feel like it's kind of the same thing with like separating like and like the artist from the art. You know what I mean? Like,
but dude, if they're like mad, dude, they attack the fans. Like, I can't support a crew and cast that like just is gonna outright say stupid things about the fans that are just like, yeah, I didn't really like the movie, and they're like, well, you're just like,
okay, think about now we're getting into I don't know,
too real stuff. I know, and
no, that's fine. No, it's fine. But where I was kind of coming from is like, for example, there's a lot of like not so great artists, like musicians, for example, but like everyone loves their music. You know what I mean? Like people are able to separate their stuff, and I won't even get into specifics. A bunch of names come to mind, but like
Of course, yeah.
it. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, dude, it's just
I mean, be honest. Is there any like musicians that you actually like their music, but you'll separate like the actual person themselves, like, and you know that they're kind of dirtbags?
um no, I don't usually do that.
No.
I don't play along that game. No, I mean there's one person that I can kind of put up with that I know is a trash human being in real life, and that's Eminem. And I'll listen to his music, but it cringes me to listen to his music. So like I just don't do that, you know. Just like I want to support who I want to support, who I, you know, it's just personal
I'm
choice and
thinking of
preference.
very popular, also like 80s pop stars come to mind, that were not so great people,
Like
that
what,
like
David Bowie?
everybody loves, basically. It doesn't really
80s
matter, but
pop stars, what, Tupac, Biggie, what
70s, 80s. I mean,
90s?
there's so many, dude.
What do you
There's so
mean?
many. I'm just saying, like, I I
But
think
when they outright attack fans, bro, that are like, this movie isn't good, and then they like try to clown on you, like I'm just like, dude, you should shut up because you shouldn't talk to the fans. Like, like you know what I mean? Like, there's people that did kind of shady
yeah.
stuff in the past, but like when you straight up like call fans out and you're like, yeah, I'm so glad that you're pissed off and blah blah blah, and like I'm so glad you're angry, and like this movie isn't for you anyways, like it's just like, dude, like if it's not for them, they won't see it. You don't need to tell them. And if they're upset about something in the movie, maybe it's something they're genuinely have a gripe about because they're a fan, and you're just an actor that got paid to do this movie. And I bet you haven't even seen the 22 other movies. So shut up. Like, don't even. Like, just don't, dude. Don't engage fans. Like, just stop it. I say that with like everybody, dude. I mean, anybody that's like a good athlete just doesn't engage fans. Like anyone that's like super professional. Like I never saw Kobe get out of hand and yell at fans. I've never seen Tom Brady lose his mind over something someone said.
Oh,
Like just
I feel like that's another good example too. There's a bunch of different athletes, but we'll separate their like who they are, their home life from the athlete when they're on the court. You know what I mean?
yeah, I guess so. I mean, I didn't support those people again. Mike Vick, once he started dogfighting, I was like, this guy sucks. I don't want him back in the league. Like, you can't just be killing dogs, man. Like, same thing with what's going on with
Right?
Deshaun Watson right now, with all these other allegations that are happening you know. So it's just like I don't like people that don't have good character, or someone that I
Yeah.
like can like at least be like, okay, like you're, like take the high road, people. Like you don't need to say anything to the fans. Like that gripes me. That's like, come on, like just
Well, I guess my other thing too is it's such a huge cast, and no, and I totally agree with what you're saying, and like, you wish everyone's character would be good, especially when they're working on like, these artistic projects like this.
mm-hmm.
Um, but like I was gonna say, like the cast is so stacked. It's such a big cast that like I'm sure like not the entire cast was saying these things. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
shame like that some of those people like their actions kind of will then take away from it, because I'm sure you're not alone with there's other people that feel just as strongly and don't want to see something and don't want to support them because of the the ones that did say things that weren't right and weren't cool. But then it's a shame because what about the other actors that you know
Mm-hmm.
like do conduct themselves professionally and did a great job of acting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a
Yeah.
lot tougher in this movie because, like you said, it's a lot bigger cast. So there's people in this cast that I would really like to see, um, and it's a shame that like I just don't want to see him anymore. But then again, it's like I don't want to see this movie because it seems long and it's a Marvel movie, and I can't handle like that long of a Marvel movie. Like Endgame was tough to get through.
No way. Really?
a second time. My girlfriend at the time was like, let's go back and let's go see it. I was like, I watched it for 3 hours. Like, I'm not gonna go back and sit in a movie theater for 3 more hours. Like, I'm
Wow.
not gonna do that. So it's just, it seems long. I don't want to sit through it. And if it's not like exciting, if it's more, which is so contradictory to what I've been talking about with Dune, but if it's not like dude, it's like, it's Marvel, it's Disney. If it's not exciting, I don't care about the side story that they're going to try to feed me that like has no relevance to like what I am here to care about. Like, I'm here to care about something. But like with Dune, I went in with no expectations, and didn't
Yeah.
know anything, and I'm so many movies into Marvel at this point. I'm like, okay, like give me like something that I should care about in this movie, or give me some sort of extravagant scene or fights or something, So it's just different, I think. I think
It is.
Marvel's
It
at a
is.
standard. Marvel has a standard now. So that's it.
Yeah, and I still don't think I've made myself like super clear, like even in our
To me,
Dune, and no, in our Dune
you're like,
review.
listen.
No, something else, something different. Um, like when it comes to Dune, like I hopefully like this came across earlier to everybody, but like I felt, even though I wasn't even at the theater, I felt like I was witnessing something really big. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
like for years, decades to come. And is the same way again, Dark Knight, other Star Wars movies. Um, I think Endgame might be in the conversation. Um, but you know what I mean? Like something just like really special that's just like on a entirely different level. Like that is what Dune is. Um, Also, to me, I think Inception is up there too. It's also my favorite movie, but so a little bit
Pretty good.
biased, but
Pretty good.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's just like it's on a whole nother level,
Yeah.
um, and so yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it was just, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. Dune was so good. It's gonna be tough for me to like go back and watch a formula I've seen 20 times in Marvel movies and be like, okay, this was great. It was beautiful. Yeah, the characters are fantastic. I've seen them in so many other movies, shows. Like I don't know. I don't know. I think Marvel fatigue's setting in for a lot of people.
yeah.
I think it
And,
is.
and to me, I don't think Hawkeye is gonna like really stop or fix the Marvel fatigue for me.
Hawkeye will be the best show ever.
um, Oh, dude,
No,
I
it
really
won't,
like
dude.
I
Yeah,
really like Shang-Chi. I know you're not really about it. I
I never seen it. Yeah,
I really did like it, dude.
I'll see it when it comes on Disney Plus. Okay,
Yeah, I
but
think you might like it too.
I don't think I will, to be quite frank. I really don't. Like, I have for some reason, like the
I
past
mean,
couple months, I just had like,
if you go in there not wanting to like it, then yeah, you probably won't.
that's how I've been with Marvel though. I've been like at this point in my life with Marvel, I'm like out there to try to, I don't even know, like figure it out. Like, I feel like there's so many ways that could make it better. There's too many theorists at
It's
this
kind of
point.
weird to me because you are a big Marvel fan, right?
Yeah, oh, huge,
Yeah. Yeah.
outrageous, yes, but I'm a fan that likes to. I'm a perfectionist in real life, anyways, regardless. So my own personality is like, dude, give me like something that's gonna tear me apart inside, and like I want to feel that every time. And it's like you're not gonna do that with Marvel movies. You're just gonna get some action scene. Like I don't even know the biggest heart tearing out that Marvel's ever done, in my eyes, personally, was killing Black Widow. That was the most emotional scene I've ever seen come out of like
Hmm.
that scene and the Gamora scene getting thrown off by Thanos. I mean, besides that, like you can't point to someone that's really like died in the movies where like, okay, I mean, dude, for heaven's sakes, we didn't even get to see Uncle Ben die in Spider-Man. Like that's like kills me every time I've seen it in every Spider-Man
Really?
movie,
A
and
lot of
they
people don't
ripped
need to
that
see
from
it
me.
again though, because we've
Oh,
seen
I
it so
want to
many
cry
times.
about it. I want to cry about it. Give me Uncle Ben dying. Like I need that emotional stake, man.
No,
So
yeah,
it's
man.
just,
Well, dude, you know what? I don't know. You're not gonna like this either. The
we've been saying a lot
I
of things
think
we don't like.
I think possibly, yeah, it's just like one opposite hot take after another. Um,
I don't think you're gonna like hearing
dude,
this, man.
dude, seriously, I think it's possible for me. What I think is the most emotional scene in Marvel is in Shang-Chi.
Oh my god, I knew you were gonna say that.
Seriously,
When the
dude.
dad dies. No, no way.
No, not that. Not that.
Oh, the mom dies.
Did you already know the whole story and everything? You probably.
Yes. Yes. I'm not gonna go see the movie. I gave up on that weeks ago.
Okay, so but I can talk about the spoiler.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
know it. I
and
know it
guys, you can
already.
you can check out my full spoiler review. It's up on the channel. Um, but it's the scene where it's after the mom dies, and the dad takes little Shang-Chi to like this restaurant or something where
Little
like
Chi.
where the thugs are
Oh, thuggin' with little Chi.
that killed the mom,
Mm-hmm.
and the dad just goes off. He
I
starts.
think that's in the commercials, right?
I don't think so.
He throws a guy against a mirror wall.
Maybe,
Anyways, never mind.
but yeah, the dad just like goes off, and and it's pretty rough. And then and even like you don't even. It's not because you're like seeing a whole lot, but like just like they do the scene really well, and also like the sound and everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just pretty intense. But then he walks back to Shang-Chi, and you can tell that that little boy that plays him when he's little is such a good actor. Like you can tell that he's like really scared and intimidated by his dad.
Okay.
But then he tells him that basically there's one more person, and he says like a blood debt is paid in blood, and he's like, will you help me finish this and avenge your mother? And he takes a couple seconds and he looks like he's just like about to burst into tears because he's just like frightened and intimidated, and you can tell like to me that was the most emotional scene because he ultimately said like nods his head yes, like I will help you. But that was the most emotional scene for me because um it was just like psychologically it was just like very manipulative and messed up, and it was this dad teaching his son things that are like so not right, you know what I mean? And like scaring his own child and making him feel worse after he already lost his mother. Um and yeah, it was just pretty crazy, pretty intense.
That's emotional. I'll have to check it out when it comes out
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it sounds intense. I'll have to see, man. I'll have to see. I know you love that movie so much. You said it was one of your favorite movies. So
probably one of my favorite Marvel movies. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I heard a lot of that from a lot of people. I just
Similar things to Eternals for you, right?
yeah, similar things. Yeah, just I just don't have any interest in. I really haven't had any interest in any movies that Marvel's been putting out. I'm going to be interested in Doctor Strange. I'm going to be interested possibly in Ant-Man. Spider-Man definitely, but anything else besides that, I'm pretty much like washed out of it. I don't care. I'm like She-Hulk coming up. I really care about Moon Knight. I'm curious to see how Oscar Isaac does in
Yeah.
that. That's gonna be epic. My man Oscar Isaac having mental problems. Holy smokes.
And I've always heard that Moon Knight is like Marvel's Batman.
Yeah, I
I,
mean
I've
he's
heard
a
I've heard people kind
yeah,
of like you know relate him to that.
yeah. He's crazy. Yes. I'm sure he's like versions of Batman for sure, because it's like the Batman complex that I was kind of talking to you about earlier when we
Mm-hmm.
talked about like dealing with Batman versus Bruce Wayne. So this guy's gonna be like losing his mind and like killing people, but he's a taxi cab driver at night, but he has a lot of money, but he doesn't want people to know that. Like it's just like, dude, this is yeah. So I'm stoked about a few projects with Marvel, but overall, I think I'm gonna probably fall out of the universe for a couple of years until something else draws me back in.
Gotcha.
That's just how it's gonna go. I think. Yeah.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. It's a
I feel
sad
like we
state of
could
affairs.
probably start wrapping up soon. I don't want to I don't want to leave before we talk about the Lightyear trailer though, because I think you wanted to talk about that, and I really liked it too.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah,
But yeah, got our first Buzz Lightyear. Well, just called Lightyear, but
yeah.
yeah,
Come on, get the name right, man.
trailer for the real Buzz Lightyear, basically who the toy is based off of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
dude,
did you ever watch the show? This was one of my favorite shows growing up. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Did you watch it?
100%, dude. I've been
Dude, that was
looking
a
for it.
sick show.
So mad. I think last time I was on the show with you, I mentioned that I'm really upset that it's not on Disney Plus. Like, why the heck isn't Star Command on
It
Disney
really
Plus?
should be. Also,
Because
I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised if they did it at some point. Also, the
they should.
movie was really good too. I think they came out with the movie, and then I think they did the show after. Um,
Okay. I don't know if
and
I've seen the
they of
movie.
course tied in together.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen the movie.
It was
There was
kind
a
of
like a Buzz
like
Lightyear
Clone
companion
Wars.
movie.
Yeah, it was kind of like Clone Wars, how they had the Clone Wars animated movie, and then
Mm-hmm.
shortly after that, they had the Clone Wars series. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I loved that show, dude.
It was
It
so
was,
good. Yeah.
it was.
I haven't seen it in a really long time. That's why I want to watch it, dude.
I
Like,
had that video game too on PlayStation. Did you ever play
yeah,
that?
I think I did. Yes.
That was a cool
Yes.
video game.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, dude. So much fun. So, yeah, I'm excited about Lightyear. It looks cool. Um, there's a lot of things in it that are Easter eggs. So we kind of talked about like Zurg, like the Zurg bots are there. Like, Zurg's coming. Um, but it's also interesting what people are saying. They're saying that this whole space mission is like actually put on by Zurg to like send Buzz like into the future, like so Zurg has time to like just like wipe everything out and do like whatever he wants. So they shoot Buzz around the sun, and then he comes back through these like through three rings, and you can tell that they're actually doing this because they measure his in cockpit time versus like when he's actually coming back time, and they show that in the trailer and they ask him that. So you know that there's going to be some sort of time travel. It's really curious because they're taking Chris Evans, who played Captain America, who was a man out of time. And now he's going to be playing Buzz Lightyear, who is going to be a man out of time and in the future. So it's going to be curious. I think it's going to be a lot deeper than what people are expecting it to be. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to entertain the adults just as much as it's going to entertain the kids. I think it'll be entertaining for all parties. I'm excited.
I think so too. I'm pretty excited as well.
Yeah.
Huge Buzz fan. For me,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like Toy Story as much if Buzz wasn't in there.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I was more of a Woody fan, but you can't have
Oh,
Toy Story
really?
without Buzz. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I had a bunch of
Gotcha.
Woody toys as a kid. Snake in my boot and everything. Oh yeah. Dressed up as him
Nice.
for Halloween a couple times. Did my due
Gotcha.
diligence. I know the character. I've played him. I've played him.
Nice, nice.
So I'm excited about it. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great movie. For sure.
All right. Was there anything else that we wanted to bring up? That might have been it, honestly.
I think that was it. We talked so long about a couple of those subjects. It was
We did. But
sorry for
it was
everybody.
dude, don't be sorry. This was good. I hadn't really done like a podcast in a little while. We
Yeah.
done a couple of video game streams recently. We got to do another one of those soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
So still got to play Mario Golf. Still got to play Nickelodeon
I
All Star.
know. I know. I'm goofing
Dude,
up, man.
Leo he's so fun to play in Nick All Stars.
Oh, really? Dude, I couldn't. Yeah. I mean, that would be my guy to play with, but it seems like he's been
He's
taken.
really good.
So I'm going to
No,
have to take
no,
Michelangelo.
no. It's kind of funny because I mean you've seen, I don't know, maybe you haven't seen them, but like they started doing tournaments because there's Smash Bros tournaments and people have started doing tournaments for this Nickelodeon game,
No, heck
and
yeah, man.
they banned Michelangelo recently in some of the tournaments because he
He's too
had
good.
this chain grab. I don't know if you're familiar with chain grabs, but it's a thing in certain like fighting games like this. But um, he could basically continue to like throw someone up in the air, hit him a couple times, they come back down. He grabs them, throws them up in the air. He keeps doing it until he's just throwing them off the stage, and like it was basically like an inescapable combo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, some of the tournaments like they banned him until recently. The latest patch update, they've like the developers made some adjustments to the game to like balance things out, and so now there's more knockback on those moves so that he can't grab them so fast, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
um
Yeah. That's
but yeah,
crazy.
it's a really fun game. It's I mean, did you ever play Smash Bros Melee for the GameCube, or even
Probably
the
not.
N64? Well, Melee for GameCube was, I still feel like it's the best one, but it's, really fast paced. And then, we play Ultimate, Smash Bros Ultimate, now, me and Nick and Ethan, um but Nickelodeon, it's really fast paced, like Melee.
Just brutal.
Yeah, it's cool though because like there's definite combos, but it's also like because it's so fast, the combos are more so like free form,
Okay.
whereas in like Ultimate, it's like it's definitely slower, and it's like the combos are more like like a
Precise.
yeah,
Like there was
kind of
combos you
precise.
could do and combos you couldn't do, and like there was no mixed match.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like you can mix and match moves, and a lot of them are gonna work together.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
a little more artistic, I feel like, because a lot of your moves will work, but there's more of like in Ultimate, there's like more like set rules, I guess, to like knowing what moves are actually gonna connect, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, sorry to go
It
off on
sounds
a tangent
no,
about
it
that,
sounds
but
really interesting.
it's fun. It's really cool. It's also, kind of silly too. You know,
Seems like it's fun. That's for sure. Yeah. I gotta get it, man. I gotta get the Nintendo. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. I
yeah,
spent that
dude.
money on a golf club and I'm sorry, man.
No, dude.
I couldn't help it. I lost my driver, so I had to get a new one.
Hey, you could show everyone the golf club.
Oh, they don't care, but okay, I'll show.
No, dude, we have some golf fans.
No. Got the new and improved driver. It's beautiful. It's part of the what is it, palm tree crew. So it's got a nice little palm tree on the toe right there. It's got a gold face because it's golden. She's just a beaut. It's the Cobra Rad Speed. I can't wait to
Nice,
hit
man.
her. Dude, I am stoked, my bro.
When are you gonna play next?
I'm playing Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. A club came today. I said, you know what? Book me that tea time, fellas. I'm going out. Last time I played, I actually played with these like three 80-year-old men, nicest guys in the world. It was a great time. But yeah, they were funny. They were just.
Do you usually play with other people?
Yeah. So I mean, if I can't get my buddies to go out with me that week, I'll just go book a tea time, and so they'll just put you in with random people, and then you'll
Hmm.
just it's a really cool way. I mean, if anybody's even listening, if you want to go like meet interesting people in your area that are pretty cool guys, I would probably say go golfing because yeah, you just get teamed up with just random people, play with them, and um, it always makes the round interesting because you never know who you're gonna get. One of the old guys last week was not the best golfer, but very passionate about it. So he was yelling and screaming and cussing and kicking sand, and it was fantastic. It's entertaining as heck. So I would just say go do it if you want an entertaining Sunday, guys. You never know what you're gonna get.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah, my dad loves golf. I gotta go golfing with him next time we hang out.
You golf? Yeah, you
Um,
golf.
not really, but I've done it before.
Okay.
But I think I would like it and appreciate it more now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
but I'm decent at Mario Golf, and it's pretty fun. I like it a
I got.
lot more than I thought I would.
I bet, dude. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take you down. I gotta keep up my
Dude,
golf
it's
reputation.
actually really fun. I had no idea that I would like it that much.
There's a lot. There's a cool couple cool game modes too. So it's not just
Yeah.
golf, which makes it entertaining.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
Wave really likes the one where you have to like run and like
yeah, the
run
race.
run at your ball. Um,
It's fastest to the hole, but also least amount of strokes.
yeah, because each stroke costs you 30 seconds,
Okay, yeah, that's right.
but there's some, and sometimes you can like trip up the other person, like when you're both like
You can
running.
like just trip them.
Or you can use like little abilities and like hurt them and they'll get stunned, stuff like
What?
that. And also people have like the characters have like their own like super shot, and so like Toad, that's who I usually play as, like when he hits it and it lands on the green, if like the other person was already like pretty close to the hole, like they're gonna start putting, and like I do my super shot and it hits the
Oh my
green,
gosh.
it will knock their ball all the way into the rough, um and like totally mess them up.
That's so jacked up. That
Yeah.
is so messed up.
It is kind of messed up.
That's jacked up, bro.
I gotta stream that soon. I might even stream some
Yeah,
tomorrow. We'll
you
see.
got to. You have to, man. Yeah, I would love to watch it. So just let me know when you're on. I'll check it out.
Will do. But all right, man. We should probably
2 hours?
head out here.
Yeah, that sounds about
I
right.
think that's
Okay.
pretty decent. That's pretty
Yeah,
decent.
I'm starving. I need to go eat, get some liquids in me. Yep.
Let's do it. Let's call it a
Heck
night.
yeah, man.
Thanks
Heck
everyone
yeah.
for hanging out. We appreciate it. And if you're watching on the replay, leave us your comments. Let us know what you thought about the Star Wars news, the Batman trailer, the Dune movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And yeah, we want to hear your thoughts for sure. But we will be back soon talking more things in the world of entertainment and streaming some games soon as well. Thanks a lot for being on the show, Jake.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Super, super happy to be here. Love chatting about everything nerdy. So thank you.
Absolutely. We'll catch you guys later. See ya.